The history of autism spans over a century. Autism has been the subject of varying treatments, being pathologized or viewed as a beneficial part of human neurodiversity. The understanding of autism has been shaped by cultural, scientific, and societal factors, and its perception and treatment change over time to a specific understanding of autism develops. The term autism was first introduced by Eugene Bueller in his description of schizophrenia in 1911. The diagnosis of schizophrenia was broader than its modern equivalent. Autistic children were often diagnosed with childhood schizophrenia. The earliest research shows that children who would today be considered autistic, conducted by Grana Shukavera, started in the 1920s. In the 1930s and 40s, Hans Asperger and Leo Kanner described two related syndromes, later termed infantile autism and Asperger syndrome. Kanner thought that the condition he had described might be distinct from schizophrenia, and in the following decades, research into what would become autism accelerated. Formally, however, autistic children continue to be diagnosed under various terms related to schizophrenia in both the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders and International Classification of Diseases. By the early 1970s, it had become more widely recognized that autism and schizophrenia were in fact distinct medical disorders. And in 1980, this was formalized for the first time with a diagnosis of categories into DSM-3. Asperger's syndrome was introduced to the DSM as a formal diagnosis in 1994, but in 2013, Asperger's syndrome and infantile autism were unified into a single diagnostic category, autism spectrum disorder. Autistic individuals often struggle with understanding nonverbal social cues and emotional sharing. The development of the web has been given many autistic people a way to form online communities, work remotely, and attend school remotely, which can directly benefit those experiencing communicating today. Societal and cultural aspects of autism have developed. Some in the community seek a cure, while others believe that autism is simply another way of being.